A very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. We bid you welcome to Wild Health Genomes and Lexington Legends Baseball. Today, it's all happening at the zoo, the petting zoo here at Wild Health Field today. Part of the fun provided by the Lexington Legends. A great crowd on hand here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Glad you're with us here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Now, your Genomes and Legends meet to play Game 6 of this 6-game series today, and it's been quite the meeting between the two teams. 5 games have been played. The Genomes have won 4 of those, so that's going to add to what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. We'll see if the Legends take a little offense with their field mates, as they have been called here at Wild Health Field, when the two come back together again in a couple of weeks. Now, both teams come in with a 9-12 record, 6.5 games behind the Honey Hunters in the ALPB Southern Division. Now, the Genomes, they're going to send right-hander Eli Villanueva to the mound in today's game. We'll give you his stats when he comes up in a little bit. The Legends on the field right now, they're going to have right-hander Daniel Corsino making his 5th start of the season. He's 1-3 on the year, 21.1 innings pitched. He's allowed 18 runs, only 13 of those have been earned, a home run, 21 strikeouts, 10 walks, and he's sporting a 5.48 ERA. There's a good look at Corsino, going to be a lot of fun today. Got a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The winds are blowing out today about 5 to 10 miles per hour, blowing from the right field corner toward the left field corner most of the time, and then they'll swirl and blow straight out to left. Glad you're with us for the broadcast today. Wow, you still got time to get out here, especially if you've got kids. They can come in and take advantage of the petting zoo down the third baseline there in the picnic area, and there are plenty of seats available, but we're going to have another good-sized crowd here today, which is just awesome. We're ready to go here in the top of the first inning, and for the Genomes, it's going to be the second baseman, number 21, Riley Mahan. Mahan, a left-handed hitter, having a great start to the season here. Hits this one, I mean a ton, right at the batter's eye, but Boog Powell, no problem. He'll settle underneath it, and there's one out. One pitch, one out. You could hear that ball hit the bat. When you hear that, you know that's solid, and he just didn't get it up enough. Stayed in the ballpark there. Boog about 15 yards short of the warning track out in center field on that play. How to bring up the third baseman, Jimmy Paredes, number 25. He too a left-hander. That's in there for a strike. Paredes, a .297 hitter, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. 0-1 count. Corsino. One the count on Paredes. The pitch. That's bounced over towards second base. Pugh with it. Tillman Pugh playing in the second base position for this one, and score it ground out 4-3, and there are 2 down. Got to bring up the designated hitter, number 20, Moses Sierra. Sierra will step in on the right side, and a la Brandon Phillips, he tapped the shin guards of both the catcher and the umpire. The pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs quickly in the inning here, and that's exactly what Corsino needs and the Legends need. And the pitch, they spotted the Genomes 5 runs early on, and then they added 3 more, led 8-2 for a long period of time in the game. Then they ended up getting 1 more, and we're going to have a timeout called as Sierra got tired of waiting and stepped out. It was either that or a murder hornet flew through the batter's box. Sierra, 391 hitter. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Might have been a little bit of a breaking pitch there for Corsino. He stayed right with it and had the batter go in the wrong direction, and they came right across the inside part of the plate. 2-1 pitch. Hit well, out to center field. Powell has to stop and play it on the hop. Didn't have a chance to get in there to make a catch on it and did the wise thing, and he holds Sierra to a base hit. First hit of the game here for the Genomes. If I've been impressed by anybody on this weekend, part of this series, it's been the play of Chris Shaw, not only at the bat, but his defense has been outstanding. Quite a few putouts. The one putout was the line drive he made a flat-out, laying-out catch of and really robbed Boog Powell of a base hit. The pitch. That's fouled off. Bill. Oh, man, that's the closest yet to being in the press box. Yeah, about 3 feet. 3 feet, yep. No balls, 1 strike. There's 2 out. The pitch to Shaw. Swing and a miss. So there's 2 strikes now. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to Shaw. Runner on first base is Sierra, the designated hitter. And Corsino ready to go. The pitch. Right back at him up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. The quick throw by Jackson over the first. Retires the side. Low pitch count. And here we go, Legends fans, as there were no runs. There was 1 hit and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. There is no score on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, we are ready to go into the bottom of the first inning here. Glad you're with us. We're going to check out LEX 18 radar for you here and get some updated weather information. And if I see a radar like this summer, I'm going to be very happy with that. It is clear as a bell right now. I don't think it would be a good 6-8 hours if anything would develop so far. So appreciate that. 82 degrees now here at Wild Health Field. Sunny skies. Again, the winds are blowing 5 to 10 miles an hour off and on here. And Tuesday, the next games for these two teams, looking to be a mostly sunny day with a high of 78. All right, here we go with the Genomes out to play defense. It's Eli Villanueva pitching, Valot behind the plate, Shaw at first, Mahan second, Rondon at shortstop as this one's fouled off, close to us but down in the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boog went on a streak there of hitting pretty well in the first part of the season, and all of a sudden he seems to be getting robbed quite a bit by the defense. But that's why they're out there, so let's see if he can't put some things together today. Takes a good healthy cut at that one, but we'll go down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Villanueva, and that is the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Tillman Pugh. Tillman, he's playing out in left field today. Pugh in left. They got Bellencourt playing second. I think I misspoke on that earlier. Villanueva, first pitch, in there for a ball. So Pugh in left, Powell out in center, and Phillip Irvin's playing in right field in today's game. Pugh, a .326 hitter, holds up on that pitch. That just amazes me when a batter can stop that bat when he's swinging at full tilt. That's in there for a strike, knee-high fastball. Tillman with 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. The pitch. Slap towards short. With it is Rondon. Throws to first. They got him. 2 down. All right, here comes the Hawk. Courtney, number 24, the DH in this game, batting from the right side, .342 hitter, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs now. And he got plunked 3 times. Well, actually got hit 2 times by pitching, and then he was walked. Here's a ball's going to stay in the stands and rattle around over there. Nobody has gotten to it yet. They're still going, and finally someone comes up with it. It's like you get 2 games to watch during the course of the game. The pitch, checks his swing, and he did not go around, says the umpire down at first base, Chris Wood. Darnell Ray's at third base today, and Kirk Powell is behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 out. This is laced down the left field line, little bobble by Paredes, and they can't hang on to the throw over at first. Shaw, I must have given him the broadcaster jinx, as that handcuffed him. Let's watch the replay on it. Nice play at third base. He had trouble getting a hold on it and then tried to rush it and hit it, bounced it into the ground, but Shaw had the opportunity to make the play. We'll wait on our official scorer here, and he's already ruled it an error. But I like that guy at third. Was that error 5 or error 3? 5. Yes. Yeah, and he had trouble getting his hand on it as well. .257 hitter is Brasino. Jose, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs on the year. Brasino playing first base. Bats from the right side. Wears uniform number 10 for the Legends. That pitch in there misses. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off to the right side. That's going to be in the stands. Amazes me how straight. They probably used a chalk line, but as I look at the monitor and as I look down the right field line, how straight they got the seats all the way out in a line. I'm like, they must have been sober when they did. I'm just glad they didn't put, what do they call those things, roundabouts? I'm glad they didn't put a roundabout in the seating area. Did he get him? He got him? No. Now they're checking it. Yes, they did. So strikeout. Brasino. That'll be the third out of the inning. In the inning, there were no runs, no hits, had one runner left on base, one error in the inning on the third baseman. And after one complete, we have no score on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. We are back ready to go, top of the second inning, and for the Wild Health Genomes, coming up will be the right fielder, number 15, Wellington Dotel. So good first inning for Corsino. Corsino only throwing 11 pitches in that first inning, and I heard a major league coach once say that if you can keep it between 10 and 12 pitches per inning, you can go the complete game, and you'll only have pitched, 90, 95 pitches? We saw J.J. Hoover go over 100 pitches. So Corsino looks at the right-handed hitter. He's a right-handed pitcher, and there's a swing and a miss, and quickly out in front is Corsino. No balls, 2 strikes. He's allowed 1 hit, and that's been it in the first inning. Dotel, a 172 hitter. Here's the pitch. That misses inside. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wellington has 2 home runs and 6 RBIs on the season. Wanting to get off I-72, though. Get a couple hits in this game, and that will help him do that. He swings at a bad pitch and is tagged out by Pete Jorgen behind the plate. So let me straighten up the positions out there for you. It'll be Brasino at first base. Bethencourt is at second base. Jackson at short and Geraldo at third. Pugh is in left. Powell in center. Irvin in right. Jorgen is in to catch the game today. And Casino in there, and I don't know what's going on. He stayed down. That was an interesting play. So the left fielder, Felix Piet, I think he might have been playing possum on that one, hoping that the umpire would give him first base, but Kirk Powell just stood there and looked at him, and then he got up. This is bounced toward the Legends dugout. So Piet wears number 18. Bats from the left side, going against the right-hander, Corsino. Piet, a .262 hitter, a home run, 5 RBIs. The pitch, that's hit straight up. Back this way, and that's going to be in the stands. Seeing a lot of that early on here. That's a good sign. We might actually get a foul ball in the press box today. I thought Bill had him one a while ago. He said 3 feet, missed by 3 feet of getting one. I had that one. I don't know if you were here, Keith, or not. It hit in the second seat right beside me over here. Nice pickup at first base, and he forgot the baseball. So Brasino cannot get the handle on the baseball, and PA will be safe at first base. E3 on the play. Second error of the game. First error for the Legends. So each team with 1 error, fielding in the infield. 205 hitter, Rondon. The left-hand batter will step in against. There's a. Got him. Double play. Nice play out there by Jackson at short. He was able to catch the line drive off of Rondon, and a quick thinking throw to first base to Brasino, and they get him. So that'll be the third out of the inning. In the inning, there were no runs, no hits, and as it ended up, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. No score here at Wild Health Field on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, we're ready to go, and back to the white uniform. Stepping in at the plate will be the right fielder, Philip Irvin, number 27, right-handed hitter, facing Eli Villanueva. The pitch misses outside for a ball. Irvin hitting .257. No home runs, 6 RBIs. He is tied with Brasino, both Brasino and Irvin, 19 of 74 on the season thus far. And the pitch, that's up in the eyes of Phillip. That Eddie Murphy flick, what was it where he was in Detroit? Huh? Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop, where he did that act and went, Phil, I knew that was you, Phillip. Where you been? Come on, Phil, where you been? We need a big base hit out of you here. Legends fans wanting to see some action in this inning. There's a foul ball into the net. Ryan Climb Action Jackson waiting in the on-deck area. You know, the extra added pressure of being the pitching coach and actually pitching. That ball's hit way out of play down the right side. I can remember when Pete Rose was player manager. He didn't let up. I mean, he performed just like he performed when he wasn't. But there's that's a lot of extra responsibility. The pitch. That's in the carpet. Outside, and that's a walk. So Phillip Irvin gets the job done and becomes the first base runner on the base on balls. First walk given up in the inning by Villanova. And here comes Ryan Jackson. Ryan is at 211 now. Couple of RBIs. The pitch. Low and inside for a ball. Jackson, 8 for 38 at the plate. He's got a double and 2 RBIs, as we said. And he's got 11. Let me make sure I get this right for you. Yes. 11 bases on balls he's drawn this year, which is great. And 9 total bases on the season. And remember, they didn't get him until a little over a week ago. There's a throw to first. No problem for Irvin. He's back in time. Right-hander taking a lot of time. There's a shot out of play, and Irvin will have to hustle back to first base. So Eli Villanueva on the mound here for the Genomes, looking to try to take 5 out of the first 6 games between these two teams. Legends would love to get win number 2. There's a shot. That's foul. Out of play. Hit the sweet glass and back into the seats, and it's still going down the steps. Finally, somebody just reached out, picked it up, and there's the souvenir. So Jackson, 1-2 count, the pitch. And he struck him out. High fastball, let her high on the inside part of the plate, and Villanueva able to set down Jackson. That's the first out of the inning. That is the 3rd strikeout in the game for Villanueva. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Manuel Heraldo. Number 18, bats from the left side. Irvin off first. The pitch, he's on his way, and he's safe. Man, that was a bang-bang play. That was real close. And what's interesting, there's no, dirt out there where they slide, so they're sliding on carpet, and I would think for an umpire it would be very easy to see whether or not the ball, the tag, but it's still pretty tough when it's bang bang like that. So credit Irvin with a stolen base. He's at second. Geraldo, 100 he's batting. He finally got his first hit in last night's game, and now they're going to check. Here we go on the steal. Now he's going here. There's the throw. Well, we'll take those two pieces and edit them together. That might be turf elbow here. I would think they would make some kind of a protective sleeve for turf, and we're probably going to see that as the season goes on. That wasn't too bad. The close-up, it looks like he would be able to get there because they have to catch the ball, then slap the tag down, and Irvin was able to get his hand just in under the tag. So Geraldo now, 2 balls, no strikes. Irvin off a second. Runner in scoring position for the first time for either team. 1-1 pitch on the way. Little grounder down the first base side, and that hits the turf and takes one of those strange hops that we've been seeing happen this year. The spin on the ball is like over amplified when it hits the turf. That ball turned right and went into foul territory. Geraldo batting in the 7th spot. Happy to get. It was a clean, sharp single last night, too. No doubt about her. Hopefully they got him the ball and his first hit as a Lexington Legends. Fake a throw back to second. Irvin ducks, gets in ahead of the shortstop over there. Rondon, little taller player than Irvin. And Rondon is shadowing Irvin out there at second base. You can see it. There's a swing and a miss, foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. There's 1 out. Phillip Irvin in scoring position here in this situation, and Geraldo a chance for his first RBI of the year right here. Villanueva, long look. And Rondon not going to step away too far. He's right behind Irvin. Here's the pitch. That's hit well, and there's his second hit as a Legend. And here comes the throw. They're going to give him the stop sign. I didn't mention it last night, but I love how the third base coach gets way down the line and is able to help keep a runner from getting thrown out. So there you go, Manuel Geraldo, his second hit as a Lexington Legend. Give him an RBI on that, and no, not yet. He'll have to wait on the RBI till next at bat. So Irvin at third, Geraldo at first. Still 1 out. And Pete Jorgen, the catcher, right-handed hitter, steps in, strokes that to right field. There's the first run of the game. So first and second, 1 out, and Irvin trots in with the first run for the Legends. They lead it 1-0. So Pete Jorgen comes through. I don't know how it is with other players, but when you are a catcher and you catch every day or almost every game, that's like a wear and tear on your knees. You got to think about that. And then, of course, your offense. And you get a guy like Jorgen that comes in and catches, once every 3 or 4 games. And he's fresh, so he gets in there. He's ready to hit the ball, and he did just that. Nice line shot into right field. Legends, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Genomes, no runs, a hit, and an error. Here we go. Villanueva. Eli looks back at second base. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Dom Bethencourt, 229 hitter, a home run, and 3 RBIs on the season. And Boog Powell in the on-deck area wants to get a crack at this with some runners on base. Here's the pitch. Way inside. That's a Carpenter's pitch, I found out. Remember the group, the Carpenters? Yeah, when they throw a ball inside on you like that, it's called the close to you pitch. Thank you. Thank you very much. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And Pete goes down. That's 2 outs now. Or excuse me, Bethencourt goes down. That's 2 outs now in the inning. That'll be strikeout number 4 for Villanueva. And back to the top of the order, Boog Powell will step in. He struck out in the top of the first inning, 0 for 1 in the contest. Boog, a 239 hitter, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. The pitch. Boy, he took a healthy cut at that one. And with that flag out in right field, blowing out to right, if he can get any juice on the ball that way and pull it, I'd almost say that somebody in the Pepsi party deck will have a souvenir. Villanueva looks back at second base, now to the plate. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. You got Geraldo out there at second base. Jorgen is at first base. And Powell at the plate. Man in scoring position for the Legends center fielder. Right-hander pitches. That's right at the first baseman. Shaw comes up with it. He'll play it unassisted. So Powell with a ground out to 3 unassisted for the 3rd out of the inning. In the inning, 1 run. There was a total of 2 hits, and there were 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the 3rd inning with the score. The Legends 1, Genomes nothing on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Corsino back on the mound, warming up. We're ready to go here in the Top of the third inning. Good start for Corsino. He's allowed just the one hit thus far. He's struck out one thus far in the game. And no walks, so through two, very good start. So we go to the third inning now. And scheduled to lead off is the catcher, Chase Vallot. Little cloudiness moving in, but nothing to be concerned with right now. Huge video board here at Wild Health Field. That's a new addition, and they just had the LEX 18 storm tracker forecast for game time today, and I like the looks of things. Later on today, they're calling for a small chance of a shower or thunder shower, but for right now, I would call it dandy out there today. Dandy, great day for baseball. Corsino, 1 ball, no strike count. And the pitch. That's too low. 2 balls and no strikes to Chase Vallot. Chase, a .216 hitter. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs on the season. And Corsino with the pitch, swing and a miss. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. So they're calling for 84 for the high today. We're 1 degree away from that right now. Sunny skies, 83 degrees here at Wild Health Field. The pitch, that's hit high to the left side. Let's see if it stays in play. Don't think so. Bounces up in the stands. We used to call those moon balls when they'd hit them that high. Hang time on that was about 7.3 seconds. Don't look now, Keith. There's a baseball behind you. And his head is swelled. Pee Wee making a visit to the press box. You come out to the ballpark and he'll come over and shake your hand. Here's another shot that is way up in the air toward the first baseman, backing up and making the play is Brasino. So score that rather, a pop out to 3. That's the first out of the inning. Anderson Miller, the center fielder, number 30, will make his first plate appearance of the contest here in the third. The pitch. That's bounced to Brasino at first. He'll take it by himself. 2 down. Three unassisted on the put out. And back to the top of the order we go for the Genomes, and Riley Mahan will step in. First pitch of the game, Mahan hit a frozen rope right to Boog Powell in center field. Ball's about 15 yards shy of the warning track. Here's the pitch. Stays outside. Mahan hitting at a .422 clip. 8 home runs, 22 RBIs on the season. And here's the pitch, and that's hit right straight up the middle, a base hit. I've seen him 2 days in a row now take batting practice, and does that. He can do that to any field. Excellent hitter for the Genomes. So score that a base hit is of cost to putting in the artificial turf compared to the expenses of the upkeep of having to mow the grass all the time and keep it sharp, having to work the infield, having to cover and uncover so many times. be an interesting number to get a hold of. Now, I think the turf over the long term is the better option to go. That's hit pretty well to right field, but tracking it, he can't find it, and it hits right beside him. Didn't touch it, and that's going to score a run, and on his way to third base, there's not going to be a throw. So Paredes, which I believe is going to be a 3-base hit thanks to the sun. You could see really a problem for Irvin out there. He had his hand up trying to find the baseball, and with the wind swirling, caused that to move a little bit on him. So give Paredes an RBI. Mahan will score on the play, and we're all tied up 1-1. So Moses Sierra, number 20, steps in, the designated hitter. There's a shot rocketed down the right field line to the Mattress Overstock Ranch. Wonder if they're serving up barbecue down there today. Top of the third inning. The final game of a 6-game series between these two home teams. Although the Legends actually are the home team on the schedule for this game and the last two. What was interesting Friday was had to finish up Tuesday's game. Went 3 innings, 3.5 innings. And then turned right around 35 minutes later and played the regular Friday night game. The pitch from Corsino in there for a strike. Count's full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Keep your eye on Paredes at third base. He will probably be moving toward home plate on this pitch. Although with no one forcing him, I would say he'd be a little cautious. The pitch. Strikes him out. Big pitch there for Corsino. And that is his... Is that his second? It is his second strikeout of the game. And that's out number 3. In the inning, 1 run. There was a hit and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the third inning. The score all tied up 1-1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. There's Pee Wee. All right, we're ready to go. Bottom of the third inning, and the Legends coming to bat here. We're all tied up 1-1. And Villanueva still on the mound for the Wild Health Genomes. And up to the plate comes Tillman Pugh. Pugh grounded out to the shortstop back in the first inning. The pitch in there for a strike. Tillman, .319 batting average, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. So he's getting some relief from right field tonight as the Hawk bats in the designated hitter spot, which opened up left field, and Pugh a good fit. The pitch right back at the pitcher. Villanueva over to first base to Shaw, and there's one down. So ground out 1-3, 1 out in the inning. Got to bring up Courtney Hawkins, the designated hitter. Courtney reached on an error on the third baseman back in the first inning, but was stranded there as Brasino struck out. The Hawk .338 hitter, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's a strike, fastball knee high on the outside part of the plate. Somebody asked me, was that a real organ? Did they buy an organ? I think they did have an organ here at one point, didn't they? Or no? Was it? It's been digital ever since. Yeah. Now, at the other park, when it was, what was the team's name there in between the Hustlers? Here's a shot. Center fielder coming over. He'll camp underneath it and make the play. Now, the wind blowing in from left field held that up a bit. Miller comes in and secures the out, so there's 2 outs now as the Hawk flies out to center field. 2 down. First baseman Jose Brasino will step in. He struck out back in the first inning to end the inning, so he's officially 0 for 1. The pitch. Little high up around the shoulder area. Brasino, .253 batter. 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. The pitch. That's hit one hopper, almost ate up the third baseman, Paredes, and he throws it away. So, error. Wait and see who it's going to be on here. We'll tell you in just a moment. Ball goes out of play, so Brasino on the throw. That ball about ate him up. The long throw, and I think the Shaw's going to pick up the error at first base. The pitch. That ball's lined back to the netting here. No balls and 1 strike. So second error in the game for these Genomes. Score that E3. And then Brasino able to go to... Actually, did they pick up 2 errors on that or just the 1?
Just the 1 on third.
5 all the way on that then? So it is the third baseman getting the error, his second of the game. So Shaw not a part of that play as far as, again, the ball, really a tough play, made pretty well, and then threw it all away when he went to first base and threw it into the stands. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Phillip Irvin, batting from the right side. Runner out on second base is Brasino, so a chance to get a run with 2 out here for Irvin. The 1-2 pitch up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 out. 4 of a kind with Irvin's number, but no Yahtzee. Right fielder looks out to the mound. Oh, he hit him, and he's going to be able to make the play. That had to hurt. He's walking to the dugout. The catcher, Velat, comes over to check on him, but man, I mean, he took a shot right there. That's tough. In the inning, no runs. There were no hits. There was 1 error, and we had 1 runner left on base. So we head to the top of the 4th inning. Our score remains 1-1. Each team with a run here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. We're about ready to go to the top of the 4th inning here. Update you on some scores from around the league. It looks as if Gastonia is all tied up in their game. 1-1 the score there. They're playing that game in Staten Island, the Ferry Hawks. So they're all tied up. They'll have another game today as part of a doubleheader. York Revolution is at Lancaster, and it looks like it's Lancaster leading after 5 complete innings, 5-3 over York. See if we can squeeze one more in here. Long Island Ducks hosting the High Point Rockers. And in that game, they got started earlier. We're headed to the top of the 7th, and High Point leading by the score of 3-0 in that one. And then I got one more to talk about that started when we did, and that's those dreaded Blue Crabs. First pitch from Corsino misses outside a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Let's see if I can get you a Blue Crab score real quick. They got a good one going there. They're in the top of the 4th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game, and the Charleston Dirty Birds on top in that one. So our sister team. 2 balls, no strikes the count as Corsino pitching to Shaw. Shaw fouls this one off to the left side, out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. The pitch. That's hit hard into right field, and Shaw will get a single out of this as Irvin one-hops second base and puts it right on the money. So Chris Shaw starts out the 4th inning with a base hit to right field. That'll bring up Number 15, Wellington Dotel, the right fielder, he struck out back in the second inning. 0 for 1 in the contest. There's a good look at the pitcher, Corsino. Daniel, 5'11", 215, but still looks imposing out there. He'll bunt this to the pitcher. He'll throw it to first. Sacrifice bunt by Wellington Dotel, executed perfectly. So that will not count as a at-bat, but he was put out on the play 1-3. So one down. Shaw moves over to second on the sacrifice bunt. And that'll bring up Felix Piet, the left fielder. Corsino now looking for a ground ball, anything in the infield, try to hold Shaw at second base here with one down. The pitch misses outside, ball one. Pete Jorgen there behind the plate. The evolution of baseball equipment is amazing. The catchers' helmets that they wear for the game, a lot of them, they have them now that great protection for your head area, which is the most important area when it comes to balls flying in there at 90 miles an hour and foul tips. Looks a little like a goalie's mask in hockey, but it's basically set up to keep you from getting your head taken off with a fastball or a foul tip. Corsino misses. 3 balls, no strikes, and we hear a little murmur coming from the crowd. Really good crowd on hand here today. Got a good chance of definitely got a good chance of getting over that 5,000 mark. 258 batter looks at a strike. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike. So Chris Shaw down at second base. Chris got the party started with a single to right field, and then Wellington Dotel, a perfect sacrifice bunt to the right side of the pitcher. Only play for Corsino was over to first base. The pitch, that's bounced toward the second baseman, and they're going to let the pitcher cover on the play. Nice job by Corsino going over. Brasino did the wise thing and took himself out of the play because he saw the pitcher coming hard. Two down. And Cleulis Rondon, the shortstop, steps in. He lined out to the shortstop. Jackson back in the second inning, so he's officially 0 for 1. Lined out. Rondon, a 200 hitter now, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Shaw at third base with 2 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, and count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So it looks like the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs have a 4-game winning streak after the Genomes stopped their 12-game winning streak right here. But it looks like they're at it again, and the Dirty Birds of Charleston going to try to shut a streak down today. They lead at 1-0 in Southern Maryland. Ball out of play. I was reading a report the other day about the most popular food at baseball stadiums. I think everybody in our audience would know what that is. And no, it's not potato salad. The pitch. That's hit pretty well, stroked into right field. Irvin camps under it, makes the play, and that retires the side. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and we are all tied up 1-1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, here we go. Back at it here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the shortstop, Ryan Jackson, will lead things off. That misses. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Jackson struck out back in the 2nd inning. So he's officially 0 for 1 in this one, batting .205 on the season. The pitch. Villanueva still out there. Eli pitching his 4th inning now. Jackson waves the bat around. Here's the pitch. This is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Been watching the wind, and it is blowing left to right across the field, kind of more out to right field. The pitch. That's slapped toward the shortstop. Ball's booted out there. And Jackson on the error on the shortstop. Three errors now in the game for the Genomes. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors. Legends 1 run, 2 hits and an error. And Manuel Heraldo, number 18, steps in, the third baseman. And the pitch. Healthy cut. Heraldo. Base hit in the game. The pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Jorgen bats behind Heraldo as he misses that one. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Jorgen came up right behind Heraldo's single, and he singled and knocked in the run as Irvin scored after being walked, stole a base, and then scored on the Jorgen single. The pitch, that's fouled off. 2-hopper into the Legends dugout. Heraldo 182, so he moves his average from 100 to 182 in 1 at-bat. If he can get a line shot single here, it'll go up another 80 points or so. The pitch. Little bouncer toward first base in foul territory. Shaw over to grab it. You get to thinking about how much work goes into hosting a baseball team at a beautiful park like Wild Health Field. Now multiply that by 2, and that's the way this summer's going to be. The pitch, that's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Heraldo. Yeah, we've already noticed it in the press area. We're calling a game every time there's a game scheduled because one of our local teams here is going to be here. The pitch, that's low and in the carpet. I've set a goal for myself to try to change the way I call a ball down low that hits the surface carpet, because that's what it is. There is no dirt out there at Wild Health Field. The pitch. That's looped out to left field, and running catch out there by PA, able to make a good play on the ball. Wind starting to pick up a little bit now, blowing right straight in. So score that. Fly out to the left, which is number 7 if you're scoring along with us. Here's Jorgen. Jackson still at first base. He reached on the error on the shortstop. 1 out. Jorgen, RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Has the lone, accountable for the lone run in this one with the RBI. The pitch, that's a little bouncer. Going to be a tough play for the third baseman. He'll have no shot. Infield single, more like a bunt. The way that ball deadened when it hit the carpet, but it stayed in fair territory. So Jorgen 2 for 2. Can't beat that. Jackson down to second base on the play. And he really did the wise thing. He's had a couple of errors in the game already and chose not to try to make a miraculous throw to at least get Jorgen running down to first base. Jorgen was already well over 3/4 of the way there. So Bethencourt steps in. Dominic, a .224 hitter, and the first pitch hits the screen in front of the Legends dugout. Villanueva. This ball spanked center field. Tracking back is Miller, and he makes the grab. But that'll be moving the runner, Jackson, over to third base. So a fly out to 8, and I mean, he tagged it. Had the wind not been blowing out, that might have been off the wall. So Bethencourt gives it a ride, but comes away empty-handed other than moving the runner. You can see he's tracking. He catches it just before he steps on the warning track. We're all tied up 1-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Legends are batting. Runners on the corner. There's a attempted bunt that will come into the seating area, and somebody made a heck of a catch down there. They've even got Pee Wee going crazy up there in the stands. It was below us. We can't see from the backstop below us, directly below us in the stands. We can see everything left and right. Powell, he got it. Drops in for a hit. He was due, and he gets an RBI on the play. So Boog Powell gets justice on that. Mahan was climbing the ladder but could not get high enough to pull it in. So Powell with an RBI single. That'll score Jackson from third base. Jorgen is down at second now. So Powell at first, Jorgen at second. 2 outs, and as they say, good teams go with 2, and the Legends have done that. 2-1 now. Legends on top. Both teams have 4 hits. Genomes 3 errors, and the Legends 1. Villanova ready. Checks Jorgen at second to pitch. That's in there for a strike. Tillman Pugh has grounded out to shortstop and grounded out to the pitcher. .313 hitter, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. Villanueva again, the pitch. Inside. Powell off of first base, Jorgen off of second. 1-2 pitch on the way. Foul ball. How low can you go? You got Big L up in the suite area here. He's up shaking hands with the fans here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Here's the pitch. That's hit high to the right side and out of play. And Powell's got the wheels rolling. I think this would be if Tillman Pugh can get a hit here. I want to see this foot race. I want to see Powell catch Jorgen right at home plate, one right behind the other. Villanueva looks in. The pitch. That's smoked down the right field line again. And that's way out of here, but foul. Actually saw someone outside the stadium down there. It's a parking area. And they were tracking the foul ball down there. You can even get a souvenir outside the stadium. The big right-hander delivers. That hit the carpet in front of the plate, bounced up and almost handcuffed the catcher for the Genomes, Velat. Got some groups here today. We'll hear them a little later on. Bill Salee, our PA announcer, will introduce them here a little later on in the game. Eli Villanueva, the pitch. That's low. And what an at-bat by Tillman Pugh. Full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. I would imagine we'll see Jorgen and Powell moving on the pitch here. Villanueva. Long look this time. The right-hander kicks and fires, runners going, and they're going to strike him out. Called strike 3 on Tillman Pugh, and he knew it. He was walking toward the dugout right after the pitch. He decided to not swing at that ball since it was high and inside, but it did catch the strike zone, according to home plate umpire Kirk Powell. In the inning, 1 run. There were 2 runners left on base. And let's see, a total of 2 hits in that inning as well. So we head to the top of the 5th inning, and the Legends retake the lead 2-1 here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, we're back ready to go to the top of the 5th inning. A couple of updates for you here. Dirty Birds, we're leading 1-0 now through 4 complete, and the Birds batting in the top of the 5th inning. They have 1 out and the bases loaded. Southern Maryland scored a run in the bottom of the 4th. So right now it's tied 1-1, but the Dirty Birds have the bases loaded and one out in the top of the fifth, and that game being played in Southern Maryland. So that sounds like a great game to get to watch this afternoon up on the East Coast. Long Island is hosting the High Point Rockers, and we are in the top of the eighth inning. There's a runner on second base, 4 runs in for High Point. They lead it 4-0. Here's the pitch from Corsino, and that's in there for a strike. See if I can get you another one here real quick. Computers can be a bear sometimes, and a time like this, they can be a real nice thing to have. Long Island hosting the High Point Rockers. That's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. So as I said, High Point leads it 4-0. The Lancaster Barnstormers are hosting the York Revolution. That pitch misses, 2 balls and 1 strike, and Lancaster has scored a total of 7 runs now. They scored 4 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. Nobody out in the top of the seventh for York, but they trail it in that one 7-4. The pitch, that's inside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And we should have one other game ongoing, or should be near the end of their first game. And it is. It is a complete game now. So the Ferry Hawks beat Gastonia 2-1. There's a shot foul down the left field line. And a little help coming out of the Wild Health dugout. They'll shag that ball and get it in. So they'll be starting that Gastonia Ferry Hawk game in about 35 minutes as they just complete that. There's a little chopper foul in front of the Genomes bench. Go to the box score and see if I can tell you some of the information from that game. That's a pretty important game with the Honey Hunters leading the Southern Division right now. So they're 6.5 up on both these teams here, the Legends and the Genomes. They come in with identical records of 9-12 on the season, and that'll go down as a base on balls as Vallet will work his way down. Corsino with a walk issued there to Chase Vallat. And I was trying to see, I thought he was walk free to that point. He was. That's the first walk given up here in the game by Corsino here in the top of the fifth inning to the leadoff man. Anderson Miller, the center fielder, the pitch. He laces this one by the diving second baseman, and that'll be ruled a base hit. Clean hit to right center field. So Vallat down to second base. Nobody out. First and second, and Riley Mahan steps in here in the top of the fifth. He singled back in the third, scored a run on a triple. And then he flew out deep to center field on the edge of the warning track back in the first inning. So Corsino, first bit of trouble since he gave up that 1 run. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. The pitch. Misses inside, ball 1. Looking at the stats from that Honey Hunters game, trying to get the winner here for you on the pitching end. Capellan gets the win. He went 1 inning, gave up a hit, that was it. So he came in the last inning and ends up winning the contest as Staten Island able to score that final run, the go-ahead run, and win it 2-1. Torres Costa ends up being the losing pitcher. He came in after 5 2/3 innings and gave up a hit, a run, an earned run, a walk, and a stolen base. So they'll start game 2 here in a little bit. This is fouled out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. 429 hitting Riley Mahan. 2-2 now. Kirk Powell, the home plate umpire, gets a new half-dozen baseballs. Been a lot of balls hit out of play today. A lot of souvenirs. Animals down at the petting zoo loving that natural grass that's outside of the playing area. The pitch. That's hit high to center field. Powell with it, and he throws it in, and they're going to hold the runner at second base. Powell was about 20 yards from the batter's eye out there, and they still went ahead and put the brakes on. So Valot stays at second, Miller at first. And Mahan, second time he's flew out deep to center field. 1 out in the inning. That'll bring up Jimmy Paredes, the third baseman. Jimmy tripled in the third and an RBI, and then he grounded out in the first inning to the second baseman. Bethencourt making a nice play on that ball to throw him out. So Paredes with a 308 batting average now with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. Runners at first and second. The pitch. That's slapped towards second. Bethencourt over to the shortstop. Jackson to first. They got him. 4-6-3, and that'll retire the side. In the inning, 1 runner left on base. There was 1 hit in the contest. No runs were scored. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Legends lead the Genomes 2-1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fifth inning. And the Lexington Legends will send up the Hawk, Courtney Hawkins, to the plate, the designated hitter, a .333 hitter on the season. And that's going to go up with that sharp single to center field. Courtney last night got plunked, and he flipped his bat like he always does, like right there, only I think he had a little extra adrenaline on it, and he threw it into his own dugout and basically hit a player, but it didn't hurt him. So glad to hear that. But kids, if you're watching, lay that bat down or drop it, or if you're going to flip it somewhere, flip it in another direction. That and a batted ball are the two things that just are very scary in this game. There's a shot. If that's fair, that's trouble. That's into the corner. Hawkins on a roll here. He'll run into third base. Out at second base with a double is Jose Bresino. So they came out swinging, and they're in great shape here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So the Hawk, with speed, trots in easily to third base, and Bresino showing a little emotion out there, happy to get that double. He reached on a E3, so he's 1 for 3 in the game now, and the batter is Phillip Irvin. Phillip walked back in the second. He stole second, and then he came around and scored on the Pete Jorgen single for the first run of the game. Second and third, Irvin, a .253 hitter. He's got 6 RBIs, looking for 7 and 8 right here, the pitch. That's going to be right back up the middle. That'll get at least one in. And they're going to hold Bresino out at third base. He had to hold up, make sure that ball got through. So Bresino down to third, and an RBI single for Phillip Irvin. And it's a 3-1 ball game now, as the Legends get a run in, and they've got a runner at third base and first base with nobody out. The batter, number 26, Ryan Jackson, the shortstop. Jackson reached on an error on the shortstop, went to second on a single, moved to third on a fly out, and then ended up scoring on the Boog Powell single. Jackson, a .200 hitter. The pitch, that's down low. Jackson batting from the right side against the right-hander Villanueva. And the pitch misses that. Oh, they're going to call it a strike. And I don't think Jackson liked it. I know about 30% of the fans didn't like it. A lot of chatter coming from the right side down near the field there. I wonder who could that be? Villanueva, the pitch, swing and a miss. Nice cut. And going down swinging is Jackson, his second strikeout of the game. So there's one out now. If I'm counting right, that's 6 strikeouts now for Eli Villanueva. The pitch, little bouncer towards first. That's going to get out into right field for a single. Running all the way from first base over to third. And a run scores on the play as Brasino comes in from third base. Give Manuel Giraldo his first RBI. 2 hits for Giraldo. It's now a 4-1 ball game. And that'll be Pete Jorgen stepping in. Pete with a RBI single back in the second inning, and then he singled his last time up in the fourth. He's got a twofer going with an RBI, the pitch. He'll bounce this one toward the shortstop, flip the second one over to first, not in time, another run scores. So Jorgen with a ground out, or a fielder's choice, I should say, as Giraldo's rubbed out at second base. 6-4 for the second out. So score Jorgen with an RBI fielder's choice. 2 down now, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Dom Bethencourt, the second baseman. Five runs, 8 hits, an error for your Legends. 1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors for your Genomes. 220 hitter in there. Takes a cut at that one. It's foul. That catches one of the seams on the carpet and deadens it a little bit. I'm going to have to brush up on my carpet knowledge. I wonder if they used tack strips when they installed it. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's hit right at the shortstop. He'll flip the second, and that'll retire the side. So Bethencourt will end up at first base. Jorgen gets punched out, 6-4 for the third out of the inning. So in the inning, the Legends score 2 runs on 4 hits. And there was, let's see, 1 runner left on base. No errors in the inning. So after 5 complete, it's the Lexington Legends 4 and the Wild Health Genomes 1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, here we go. It's time for the Genomes to get back in there and face Corsino. Corsino, 67 pitches through 5 innings, working on inning number 6. And nice to see a starter doing so well and being able to get a lot of work out of him there. You talk about resting your bullpen. You get a starter that can go pretty much most of the way. That's in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes the count to the designated hitter, Moses Sierra. He's 1 for 2. He struck out and he singled back in the first. That misses down low. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the other hand, well over 90 pitches is Villanueva, and we'll have to see if he will come in for one more inning. Bouncing ball to first base. Brasinho, and they still get him. Unbelievable. Okey doke, the old okey doke, 3-1-3 on the putout down there. It was like they were playing that little game where you use paddle balls back and forth. Nobody could grab the handle on that thing, and finally, the first baseman, Brasinho, picked it up and stepped on the bag just before the runner got there. So, ground out, 3-1-3. That's like, is that the Detroit area code? One out in the inning. Chris Shaw, the first baseman, steps in. 1 for 2 in the game. 333 hitter. 2 homers, 11 RBIs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a healthy cut at a fastball waist high on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Corsino. This pitch hit, foul, and I don't think that's going to stay in play. Oh, man, that hit the sidewalk beside the petting zoo, and that's way out near the fencing that goes around the park. But I think somebody came up with it. Just, you can't say enough about the job that Daniel Corsino has done in this game. There's a pitch, swing and a miss, and he got him. That's the 3rd strikeout in the game for Corsino. That'll bring up Wellington Dotel, the right fielder. Wellington 0 for 1, a strikeout. This ball hit high into right field. Still room, and making a nice catch out there is Phillip Irvin. That ball traveled and kept going, and Irvin was about 10 feet from the wall and maybe 15. You can see him out there. Steps onto the warning track and hauls it in. So that'll retire the side. Quick inning that time for Corsino. That'll help him go a little bit more in this game. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score, your Lexington Legends leading it by the score of 5-1. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning. 5-1 contest with the Legends leading it by 4. And a new pitcher into the game for the Wild Health Genomes. It's Luis Guzman coming on to pitch. Some of you avid baseball fans probably remember that name. The pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. Boog Powell making his 4th plate appearance. He had an RBI single back in the 4th, grounded out to the first baseman in the 2nd, and struck out in the 1st. Here's the pitch from Guzman. That misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Still looking good sky-wise. We got a little bit of cloudiness. A little bigger build-up back to our, looks like from here that would be to the northwest. A pitch. Foul ball. Did that hit the umpire? I think it did. I think it got him on the inside chest protector, and it took a huge hop over toward the Genomes dugout. We'll give you another rundown a little later on here on the other games in progress in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Here's Guzman's pitch. That misses. 3 balls and 1 strike. Big L signing autographs for the fans in attendance here, the kids, baseballs, hats. Big thrill for them to be here. What a great family atmosphere here at Wild Health Field. Here's the pitch from Guzman. That misses, and Boog will reach first base in back-to-back at-bats with a base on balls. So Tillman Pugh steps in. Tillman's had a rough go of it here. He's grounded out to the pitcher and the shortstop, and then he was called out to end the 4th inning on a strikeout looking. So Villanueva goes 5 innings in this one. Guzman's pitch. In tight, ball 1. Tillman Pugh, 306 batter, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. Nice looking day today. Beautiful sunshine. It's a comfortable warm today with that breeze. It makes you feel good when you're sitting in the sun. Still 83 here, according to LEX 18. And a slight chance of thunder showers a little later on today. Checked his swing, but the pitch was in there for a called strike. So count now 1 ball, 1 strike to Tillman Pugh. Like to see him launch another one like he did the other night. He got a hold of one, and I mean it was just out of here. Throw to first. Boog Powell back in safely. Luis Guzman. The pitch. Misses inside. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody out. And it's Tillman Pugh at the plate, 0 for 3 today. Guzman checks the runner at first. The pitch. That gets away from the catcher, Vallot, but not far enough to advance Powell. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Here's a good look at Guzman. Didn't like the sign from Vallot, so he waits another round, and here's the pitch. That's slap foul, gloved by the coach down the third base line, and he hustles over to the stands and hands it to a young fan, and he's excited about that. As well he should be. Guzman, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Second time that Pugh has struck out in the game. So there's 1 down. Boog Powell remains at first base, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Courtney Hawkins. Hawkins with a single back in the 5th inning. Reached on an error on the third baseman in the first, and then he flew out to center field. 1 for 3 and a run scored. The pitch. Up high and in tight. The pitch. Throw to first. I can remember the balk rule, but I think when you are a left-handed pitcher, you have a definite advantage. As it looked like he was coming to the plate, but was able to get that front foot out toward first base and made it a fairly close play over there. Powell was running on the run and hit, and that ball goes all the way down and back out on the field of play. PA will go over and glove it, pick it up, and he'll throw it into the dugout, and it hits the top of the home run fence, and he'll get to throw it out again. And that time he got it over the wall. Hawkins, 342 hitter, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. .342 hitter, hits this one high. It's over to the left of us and off the front of the roof. I mean, it hit right off the front, and then somebody made a nice catch on the rebound there. Had some real good catches out here today. One ball, 2 strikes to count as Luis Guzman checks Boog Powell at first. Here's a ball hit pretty well. That's deep. Does it have enough? No, but it's off the wall, and Powell's got to run and hurry to get to second base, and they still get him. So Hawkins will be at first base. Fielder's choice. And Boog Powell out at second base. And now they're going to talk things over, but it's not going to, it's going to be the same situation. So basically what it's going to turn into here with the umpires is Boog Powell on first base. Because they stepped on the bag, they didn't tag him. There was no tag at second base. It was a force play on the bag. So, if that's the case and Hawkins is out, that would mean Powell would be on second base. So Powell will go out and will be on second base, and Hawkins is out for passing the runner at first. Interesting. So, not sure how you score that, but I'll just write it in the box here that a single, and then he's out by passing the runner. That's the old PR put out, right? Passing runner. So Powell will be at second base on the single. So he walked, and then he goes to the single by Hawkins, but because Hawkins passed him on the base path, that gives us one out, and we got a Powell at second base in scoring position. Now Mahan talking to the umpire out at second base, and I think he's claiming to the umpire out there that he did tag the runner, but there was no tag on the runner. He stepped on the bag. So as it stands, there are two out. Boog Powell is at second base. And there's a swing and a miss by Jose Briceño. Another strange play this weekend. We've had quite a few of them. Makes it fun, though. You sit there and have to really think that one out. Now Mahan and Powell have a conversation going on. I'm sure it's about the ruling on the play. Here's the pitch from Guzman, and getting hung out to dry almost was Powell. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Briceño in with a .260 batting average, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. So Powell at second, 2 down. Luis Guzman. Guzman delivers. Low and outside. The pitch misses outside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike now. 2 out. Boog Powell, second base. And the Genomes are keeping Mahan close to the bag out there. They know that Powell can scoot, and they're going to try to keep him close to the bag, prevent him from scoring on a single. But if I was a betting man, which I am, I would say there's not much you can do to keep him from scoring on a single with his wheels. So there's a ball that will put Briceño down at first base. So first and second now, and Phillip Irvin will come in. Phillip had an RBI single back in the 5th inning. Luis Guzman checks Powell at second. Here's the pitch. That misses outside for a ball. .263 hitter is Phillip Ervin. Here's the pitch. Up high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Luis Guzman working hard here. He's trying to prevent any more damage by the Legends in this situation. The pitch. That's low and outside, and the count 3 balls and no strikes. Ervin has scored 2 times, RBI. Walked, so he's officially 1 for 2, and he walks again, and that loads the bases. Second time Ervin has walked. That moves Brasino to second base, and Boog Powell will be over at third base. And a good opportunity for the shortstop Ryan Jackson here. He struck out twice and reached on an error, scored a run in the 4th inning. So officially 0 for 3. Timeout called now. Don't know it has something to do with the shoe. And now help coming from the bench. I don't know if something's given out on the shoe on the right foot there. Rondon, the affected player on defense out there, and we'll have a halt in play here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bases are loaded, 2 players down in this inning. And Ryan Jackson, 195 hitter at the plate. And now may have to do an equipment change here in the half inning. He's going to stay out there right now. Now, I have seen players use athletic tape to tape around the instep area to get the spikes to stay on a little more snug, and he looks to be okay. So Rondon gets back out there at shortstop. 2 outs in the inning, bases loaded. The pitch, that misses for a ball. No place to put Jackson, so if they walk him, that'll be an RBI walk for Jackson. And the pitch, laced down the right field line, but foul. He hit that a ton. That's going to go all the way out to the right field wall, and it just kind of holds up out there. So they'll flip this one into the stands. Guy's talking on his cell phone, catching a ball. You got to be ambidextrous these days. Do many things at one time. Multitasker. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Hit well up the middle, and that's down. That'll get 1 run in. That'll get 2 runs in. No throw to the plate. And it is a 7-1 ball game. So Jackson with a 2 RBI single to center. Nice stroke. You can see him. Bounces on the mustache. And the runners with 2 out going full tilt on that one. So Powell scores. And also coming in the score is Brasino. So 2 runs in the inning. And that'll bring up Manuel Giraldo. Giraldo singled his last time up. He singled in the first inning and then stuck a fly out to left in between. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Well, 2 RBI. No, let's make it 1 RBI. First RBI as a Legend. Ball bounces away. His average up to 231 now with a 2-hit game. So he's thinking, man, another base hit here. I could raise that average up to close to 300. The pitch. Low. Ball gets away from Valot behind the plate, but not far enough for anyone to move. Bottom of the 6th inning. 6. Now 7 players have come to the plate in this inning for the Legends. And Luis Guzman trying to figure out what he needs to do to right the ship here. He's really struggling out there right now. Throwing a lot of pitches. The pitch. That's hit high in the air to the right side. Mahan calls the right fielder off, and then he gets called off himself. And coming in to make the play is Dotel. And that's retirement of the side with a fly out to 9. In the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits. And there were 2 runners left on base. No errors in the inning, so at the end of 6 complete, it's 7-1. Legends over the Genomes on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, welcome back. We're ready to go here in the top of the 7th inning. on the mound, pitching now for your Lexington Legends after a great round of pitching by the starter in the game today, which is Daniel Corsino. He stands to pick up the win today. It'll be Daniel Gibson, number 17, in relief here. Gibson, he has a hold on the season thus far. He's been in 9 ball games in a relief role. The pitch, that misses low, a ball. Gibson asking what was wrong with that pitch, and he's ready to go again. Big left-hander stands in to Felix Piet. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off right back toward us, but it's going to be short. Keith had a hand out. He was ready to grab one. Since we only had 1 ball in the press box all of last season, we've got a contest going. The person who catches the most foul balls in the press box, and it can be off the wall or ceiling or whatever, but the person who comes up with the most will get an 8x10 full color glossy of the entire staff in the press box. And we'll autograph it for you too, so. I like that. People be diving for the ball now. Foul tip back to the screen. PA just trying to stay alive on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. I got to check with Bill Salee. I think he was going to sign some microphones sometime this summer. That'd be a good giveaway. And Hugh will do stats for your next birthday party if you're the winner. So. Two count on PA. Left-handed hitter. Pretty much straight away infield. Here's the pitch. Oh, he hit that a ton. But foul. The pitch. Got him. First strikeout for Daniel Gibson. Gibson pitching to Rondon, and that ball's down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Rondon lined out to the shortstop back in the 2nd inning, and in the 4th inning he flew out to left field. So he's 0 for 2 in the contest. The pitch, swing and a miss, and the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Gibson got him swinging on that one. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a shot. That's hit deep. Right field, off the wall. And that's going to be nothing but a long single. Nice play by Irvin. He got it right off the wall and then rifled a shot into second base. Covered nicely by Jackson, and no chance for Rondon to advance beyond first base. So there's the first hit off Gibson. And that'll bring up Chase Vallot, the catcher. Where's lucky number 13? David Concepcion's old number. The pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first base is Cleulis Rondon. Gibson the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now, no balls, 2 strikes. So far, so good on the weather. Just beautiful. Swing and a miss, got him. Strikeout number 2 for Gibson. Second out of the inning, and Anderson Miller, the center fielder, will step in. The left-handed hitting Miller singled back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2, popped out to the first baseman in the 3rd. So from the start of the game till now, the wind has moved completely around in a different direction. The pitch, that's fouled off into the netting behind home plate. We're looking at the sky straight out left center field, and you can see the beginning of what could possibly be a thunderstorm later on. Moisture building, the top of the cloud building straight up in the air. The pitch. That's hit out towards second base. 2 hopper over to first, got him. That'll retire the side. So Miller grounds out 4-3. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time for the 7th inning stretch with the Legends on top in this one by the score right now of 7-1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning, new pitcher on the mound for the Wild Health Genomes. It's Bradley Hines. He came out there and they did a close-up. One of our fine camera crew got a close-up of him when he was out on the mound. He wears number 35 for the Genomes, and when they did the close-up, I said, man, he looks just like Tommy Humes. Used to pitch for the Reds a while back. Tommy had probably would have had longer hair had, I think he was in the Marge Schott days, had they allowed that, but I can remember no facial hair, no long hair for the Reds for a long period of time. I also can remember a box seat for Shotzi for every game. Marge's dog. The pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Bottom of the 7th inning, we're seeing Pete Jorgen lead off the inning. And Hines rocks and fires. Up high. Just a little up high. 300 hitter, Pete Jorgen. 2 RBIs, and 2 of those RBIs coming right here in this game. Here's the pitch. And that's ball 4, and Jorgen gonna hustle down to first base. P.D. Hustle. Like to see that. I know a guy made a good living at that, hustling to first base. Head first sliding into third and home. Bethencourt steps in. Jorgen at first, nobody out. Bradley Hines pitches. That's upstairs, ball 1. I was thinking back, I was a patrol boy in 6th grade, and if you did it all year, you got a trip to a afternoon Reds game at Crosley Field. People, where's that? The pitch, that's in there for a strike. So I can remember the terrace that they had there where the outfield went straight out and then it slanted up toward the home run fence. And there was a time before I went to that game that if there was enough of a crowd there, they would actually let people sit on the terrace. That's been a year or 2 ago, way back. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I'll never forget that first game because I listened to the Reds from age 7 till now and still do when I can. If I'm not working, I'm able to, during the week sometimes, catch an earlier game. One ball, 2 strike pitch from Hines. Outside, blocked. Jorgen back to first. Count evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes. But there were 3 players in that game for the Reds that I still remember to this day. Reds ended up beating the Cubs in the game that I went to 3-2. And there's a shot. That's hit well. That's right center field, and that's off the wall. Rounding third on his way home is Jorgen on the stand-up double. So another run in. Jorgen all the way around from first base on that. So give Bethencourt an RBI double off the wall in center field. 8 runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Legends. 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Genomes. So Hines faces Boog Powell, the pitch. Low and inside for a ball. Boog walked his last time up and was able to come around and score. He was involved with that strange play where Courtney Hawkins singled with Boog off of first base with a lead, but Boog had to hold up because the center fielder looked as if he was going to catch the ball, and then it fell right off the wall right beside him. The pitch, that's fouled off this way. That's real close to Bill over there. Not as close as that 3-footer earlier, but it was close. 247 batting average now for Boog Powell. He's up 20 percentage points today. Run in, another run at second base. Hines, the pitch. That's inside a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. But the 3 players I was talking about was, of course, Veda Pinson, who played outfield for the Reds at that time. Another famous outfielder at that time was Frank Robinson. And then I remember the guy that I really liked, because it seemed like for at least 1 year then, he was the Reds stopper, and that was a guy named Cool Billy McCool. Powell hits this into center field. On his way home is Bethencourt. And 9 runs on the board for the Legends this afternoon. So give Boog Powell another RBI. That's his second of the game. That is his second hit of the game. So 2 singles, 2 RBIs. He walked and scored a run then. So he's 2 for 4. Pugh gets hit. That had to hurt. He's trying to shake it off. So Powell down to second base. And Tillman Pugh hit by a pitch. If I've been keeping count right, that's 5 batters have been hit by a pitch since Friday night. Courtney Hawkins twice last night. Tillman Pugh once tonight. And then we hit a couple of players as well. The Legends pitching hit the Genomes batters a couple of times, so 5 total. And the conference on the mound now as Bradley Hines is chatting it up out there. They're going to leave him in. 9 runs, 12 hits, and an error for the Legends. 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Genomes. Courtney Hawkins, 350 hitter, will step in. So Pugh down at first base. Think that clipped his protective helmet, Pugh's. It sounded like it hit something fairly hard, although I've heard him get hit on the arm and the back, and it sounded like that as well. The pitch, low and outside. Legends, a run in the second, a run in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 2 here in the seventh. And a pitch. And another one hit. And Hawkins has been hit 3 times in 2 games. And he's careful this time not to flip the bat. And he's not a happy camper. So we got them loaded. Powell over to third base. Down to second goes Tillman Pugh. We're ready to go here. And now time is called, and I'm sure, going to see somebody else on the mound. We'll take a break, be back, introduce you to the new pitcher in just a couple of minutes. Legends lead the Genomes 9-1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Bruce Bell into the game, pitching. Now for the Genomes, Bell making his first appearance for the Genomes as a member of their team. He was signed a couple days ago, and he's in here in a relief role, the fourth pitcher now for the Genomes. The sack's jammed. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. Ball's hit out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count with the bases loaded. Legends lead at 9-1. New man on the mound, Bruce Bell. The pitch. That's bounced back up the middle. Flip the second one over to first. Safe. Run scores. So Brasino with an RBI single. And coming home to score is Boog Powell. Over to third base goes Pugh. And the runner going to second was forced out, 6-4. And Brasino now at first base with 2 down, or 1 down rather. So that was the first out. The force was the first out of the inning. So runners at first and third now as the Legends hit the 10-run mark here, 10-1. The pitch. It's in there for a strike. Strikes him out, 2 down. Irvin, the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Ryan Jackson. 2-run single in the last inning. Officially 1 for 4 in the contest with 2 RBIs and the run scored. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. The pitch. In there for a strike. So no balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. As Jackson is the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the 7th inning. And the pitch. Hits that one back up toward the shortstop. He'll flip it to second, and that retires the side. So Jackson on a fielder's choice. Another 6-4 put out at second base for the 3rd out of the inning. But in the inning for your Lexington Legends, they ended up scoring 3 runs, and they had a total of 1, 2, 3 hits. And they had 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the 8th inning with the score, the Legends 10, the Genomes 1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, got a couple of changes for you. We got Yaramil Hilalato is in to pitch for the Legends, and a new batter in. Moorer comes in a pinch hitting role here, and Moorer will bat in this spot now, unless he's just a pinch hitter here. So we'll wait and see on that. First pitch. So Yamil Hiralato in there for the Legends. Legends lead this thing. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch. That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Demetrius Moorer is up. And Moorer is batting in the 1 spot here. That's fouled off back to our right. Hits the netting, drops onto the turf. So the pitch count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hiralato misses low and outside for a ball. .246 hitter is Moorer. He's got an RBI. Hiralato loses him, ball 4. So Moorer will trot down to first base here in the top of the 8th inning with a base on balls. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Jimmy Paradas. Paradas, double or triple and an RBI back in the 3rd inning. Hit into a double play in the 5th inning and then grounded out to the second baseman in the 1st. So he is 1 for 3 with an RBI. It's in there for a strike. Pitch. In there for a strike. So quickly the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Paradas, a .300 hitter now. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. The pitch. Missed it outside and high. So Hiralato I think I'm saying that right. I'm training myself with that, I can't remember the name of the Evelyn Woodhead course. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off into the netting.
Only 1A. That's the second A is misspelling.
Is it an O then?
No, it's wrong.
It's a
There's only 1A.
Hiraldo. Thank you. That's much easier. I'm going to take the Hugh Davis course here. Trying to figure out what happened there. Wow. All right. Top of the 8th inning, got a runner on first base. That's Moorer, who came in a pinch hitting role for Mahan. The pitch, that's up in his eyes, and count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. So Geraldo, that's much easier to say. Thank you, Hugh. I appreciate that. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 1 out as Paredes strikes out. And that'll bring up Moises Sierra, the designated hitter. Both pitchers tonight went 5 innings, so that allows both teams to keep the designated hitter spot if they so choose to do that. The pitch in there for a strike. Genomes have left 5 on base in this one. The pitch. There's a swing and a miss. The Linda Ronstadt pitch. Blue Bayou. Sierra, 385 hitter. Home run, 4 RBIs. Geraldo, the right-hander, rocks and fires, and that's way inside. And Sierra, little deep breath on that one. That was in there pretty close. Here's the pitch. That's fouled back this way, hits the netting. Here's the windup and the pitch from Geraldo. Misses inside and count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out. Top of the 8th. The pitch. Foul ball. Hits the netting over toward the Genomes dugout. Who was that famous basketball player that wore 23? You remember? Yeah. Trying to remember that guy's name. The pitch. First base umpire is Chris Wood, and he says he did not swing. Pete Jorgen talking to home plate umpire Kurt Powell, and I think Jorgen thought he did swing. Here's the pitch. Slap to the right side. 3-6-1 double play, and that retires the side. So a great turnaround there, as there you see it, a nice play at first by Brasino. He gets it over to Jackson. He'll step on the bag and right back to first base. Covering is Geraldo, and that retires the side. In the inning, there was no runs. 1 person left on base, no hits. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Score remains Legends 10, Genomes 1. We'll be back here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. So we come up in the bottom of the 8th inning, and first batter grounds out 3-1 for the Lexington Legends. Manuel Araldo. One down, and the catcher, Pete Jorgen, will step in. He walked last time up. He's had 2 singles in the game, and he reached on a fielder's choice that got him an RBI back in the 5th. Good game for Pete. He's up over 300. 2 RBIs now. Pete getting both of those here in this game. Here's the pitch. Bruce Bell in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. There's 1 out. And the pitch. Foul ball hits the backstop. Valot taps his chest, and Bell taps it right back. The catcher liked that pitch right there. 0-2 pitch, misses low and outside. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes and 1 out. So that's amazing that the Cincinnati Reds no-hit the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they lost the game 1-0. This season, the Reds are in a what can go wrong will go wrong situation. Here's a ball hit back into the netting. Jorgen using up his BG at bat here in this game. Staying alive. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Missed outside. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Nobody on. Legends with a 10-1 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Hugh, looks like you're going to win the time of game competition today. He's grinning from ear to ear, Keith. Foul ball, out of play. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's too high, and Charlie Hustle, Pete Jorgen down to first base. That's his second walk, back-to-back at-bats, and he hustles all the way down there. And the fans really beginning to like that here. They gave him a nice cheer as he went down to first base. It took him 2.1 seconds to get from home to first. Tom Bethencourt steps in, 231 batting average, and he gets plunked. Third batter to get hit by the pitching. So he'll go down to first base, hit by the pitch. That puts Jorgen at second base. Bethencourt taking his time, trying to regain his composure, and now the trainer will come out, take a look at him, make sure he's okay. Going to walk with him down to first base. You know, I always was taught that old adage, big guys don't cry. Get hit in the eye with a baseball. What's that guy sitting over there with his head in his hands for? He might be crying. Thompson into the game now. Nate Thompson, 091. And Thompson batting for Boog Powell here in the inning, bottom of the 8th. This is low. Ball 1. The pitch from Bell in there for a strike. Counts all even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 1 out. Runners on first and second. Legends with a 9-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the pitch. This is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Thompson at the plate. He's got a home run and 2 RBIs this far this year. Both teams with a day off tomorrow, and after the beating they've given each other this week, I'm sure they're glad of that. There's a foul ball to the right side. And we almost lost one. He about went down going after that baseball. Bruce Bell, the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. So Thompson strikes out here in the 8th inning. And they're 2 down now, and coming up to the plate is Tillman Pugh. Tillman, one of the 3 batters of the Legends that have been hit by a pitch today. Bell looks in, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, a ball. Bell, the pitch, swing and a miss. Tillman, he had Georgetown on his mind right then on that swing. If he'd have caught all of that, that would have been gone a long way. The wind is still blowing in from left, but you catch one, you can hit it out of here even if there is a little wind. The pitch from Bell misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. There are 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. That's in there for a strike, and he'll go down. So Pugh strikes out for the 3rd time in the game, and that'll retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, 2 runners left on base, and we head to the top of the 9th inning, and the Genomes will come to bat with a Legends leading it by 9, 10-1 on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, here we go. Genomes will come up for the last time in this game. And for the Lexington Legends, they need 3 outs, and they will pick up win number 10 on the season. Jalen Miller in the game. The right-hander's first pitch misses for a ball. They've about finished the second game with Staten Island, Ferry Hawks, and Gastonia. And Gastonia leads that one 1-0. Staten Island's batting in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it will be just a 7-inning game because of the doubleheader. So opportunity for, in this case, the Legends to pick up a game and a half here if Staten Island can score a couple runs in their next 2 at-bats. Going to be interesting to see how this all shapes up going into the first half of the season. In there for a strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's check out the Blue Crabs game, and the Blue Crabs win it 2-1 over the Dirty Birds. So the Dirty Birds with a chance, and they couldn't get her finished. And what I'm finding interesting is some of these scores. High Point wins over Long Island 4-2. Southern Maryland wins over Charleston 2-1, and Staten Island wins the first game in the Gastonia doubleheader 2-1, and they trail 1-0. So not a lot of big numbers on the board, but the Legends have put some big numbers up today. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Shaw takes a swing at it and misses. And second time he struck out in the game, 1 down. That'll bring up Wellington Dotel. Dotel, a 167 hitter, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's had a sacrifice bunt, a strikeout, and a fly out to right. The pitch. Has to dance out of the way of that one. Jalen Miller high and tight on that pitch. And here's the pitch. Ball inside again, and two balls and no strikes with 1 out. Keith, I've been looking at that cookie they brought me and been sizing it up real good. Yeah, we got 2 outs, and then I'm going to take a big bite out of it, I think. 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Genomes. The pitch in there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. It's looking like the Legends will pick up win number 10 on the season. They'll be 10-12 on the year. That misses outside. And that'll be ball 4. So down to first base goes Dotel. That'll bring up Felix Piet. Piet will bat from the left side with 1 out. Dotel down at first base. Lancaster Barnstormers, that's a final now. They beat the York Revolution by the score of 7-6. So all games done but ours, and the second game of the doubleheader, and they're an inning away from being done. The pitch. I have to get everything packed up here after the game and head out to the vehicle so I can listen to the NASCAR race, at least the last half of it anyway. Driving out in Kansas. The pitch. Darrell Waltrip once said, since he's from the out around the Louisville area there, he said that he learned to drive NASCARs and the stock cars by driving around the 265 or 264 over in the Louisville area, because the road just keeps going left in a big circle. It's not banked, though. That was the only thing he didn't like about it. He said had they had banking on it, he probably could have made the loop in a short period of time. PA, a 250 batting average, a home run, and 5 RBIs. He's reached on an error, grounded out, and struck out. That's in there for a strike. Count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Dotel down at first base. Here's the pitch. That's hit straight up, out near the shortstop area, and it's hauled in out there. 2 down. Pop to short, pop to 6. Cleulus Rondon. Singled last time up, flew out to left field and lined out to the shortstop. The pitch. That's hit pretty well out to left field, and it's hauled in out there, and that's going to retire the side, and that's your ball game. Final in this one, your Lexington Legends win it 10-1. Here's your numbers for the Legends: 10 runs, 12 hits, and an error in the game for the Genomes. They end up with 1 run on 6 hits and 3 errors. Our statistician, Hugh Davis, not only did a fine job with the stats, but he also wins the time of game, which ended up being what, about 3:30? Close. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast. Thank you for joining us. We will be back on the air on Tuesday, and we'll have games all next week and the week following. So make sure you check it out if you can't get out to the ballpark. But if you can get your tickets, call the ticket office. It's open during the day. You can get tickets that way. And why not consider bringing a big group to the ballpark and enjoying some great baseball. Again, the final in this one, your Lexington Legends 10 and the Wild Health Genomes 1. Have a great afternoon, everybody.